Apple Inc. is heavily dependent on the Chinese economy in multiple ways. And today, we're diving deep into the intricate relationship between Apple and China. It's a connection that runs far deeper than just where your iPhone is assembled. We're talking about a complex web of manufacturing, supply chains, massive sales figures, and even geopolitical factors that all play a part in this delicate balancing act. So if you've ever wondered why Apple seems so closely tied to China, and what that means for the future of the tech giant, then stick around because we're about to break it all down. Let's start with the foundation of this relationship, manufacturing. When you think Apple, you think sleek design, powerful chips, right? Well, a huge part of making that a reality happens in China. Massive factories, skilled labor, and a meticulously built supply chain. Companies like Foxconn play a crucial role in assembling Apple products, but it goes beyond just assembly. China also supplies many critical components: chips, batteries, displays, everything that makes your iPhone. Apple's diversifying to India, Vietnam, and the US. But replicating China's scale and efficiency, that's not an overnight thing. For now, China remains the heart of Apple's production. China is essential for building Apple products and a massive market for selling them. 1.4 billion people. That's a lot of potential iPhone users. China ranks as one of Apple's top markets, generating significant revenue. But Apple faces fierce competition from local brands like Huawei, Xiaomi, and Oppo. National pride in homegrown brands makes it challenging for Apple to capture the market. Apple must constantly innovate to stay ahead. Now let's add another layer of complexity to this relationship: geopolitics. The US-China relationship has been, let's just say, turbulent in recent years. Trade wars, tariffs, sanctions, all of that creates uncertainty for a company like Apple that's so deeply embedded in both countries. Then there's the issue of data privacy. China has strict regulations on data storage and access, which has led to some concerns about user privacy and potential government surveillance. Apple has to walk a tightrope, balancing the demands of the Chinese government with the expectations of its global user base. It's a delicate dance, and any misstep could have significant consequences. So we've talked about the manufacturing reliance, the importance of the Chinese market, and the geopolitical tightrope walk. It paints a pretty complex picture, right? Apple knows it can't afford to be overly dependent on any one country, especially one with such a complex geopolitical landscape. That's why they've been pushing this diversification strategy, shifting some production to other countries, exploring new markets. But here's the thing. China's not just a factory, it's an ecosystem. The skilled labor, the infrastructure, the intricate web of suppliers, all of that has taken decades to build. Replicating that elsewhere, it's not impossible, but it's a monumental task. It's like trying to rebuild the Great Wall of China, brick by brick. It's going to take time, investment, and a whole lot of patience. So, where does this leave Apple? Well, for the foreseeable future, China will remain a critical partner, both as a manufacturing powerhouse and a lucrative market. But the relationship is evolving. Apple is taking steps to diversify, reduce its reliance on China, and hedge against geopolitical risks. Whether these efforts will be enough to fully decouple from China in the long run, well, that remains to be seen. One thing's for sure, though, the Apple-China story is far from over. It's a dynamic relationship, full of twists and turns, and it's one that will continue to shape the tech landscape for years to come.